Here's our boy. Look at him. He's been hanging out. Hanging out for years, in fact. Finally beat the series on stream. Not the first time I played it, but first time I streamed him. Started with the first game like 3 years ago, probably. I beat the first one. And then I took a long break. So I was playing Nintendo games and whatnot. And then I finally came back. We did it. God of War is completed. Played them all. So let's add an F tier. We have an F tier. Spoiler alert. I always have to add an F tier. But yeah, we're going to have an F tier. One of PlayStation's better series. If not just their best series. Maybe not my favorite, but I mean, it's just quality games. Let me see. I think that goes right there. Okay, we're going to rank them in order of release here. Been thinking where these rank, because I'm actually a little torn on some things here. Some of these games I'm not too sure, but I think I have a ranking in mind. Let's start with the first game, which I don't think it's much of an argument. I think it's a very solid B tier. Started the series, aged decently well. Combat, maybe a little basic. There's some bullshit. There's some sections in this game that are like have not aged well. Just like the devs kind of fucking with you. Like the platforming is a little jank at points. That part at the end with the spiral sword mountain, whatever the fuck it is in hell, that shit is brutal. And it's not very fun. It's not like hard in a good way. It's hard in a, this is just really lame. I don't want to do this way. It sucks. Bosses, there's some memorable bosses, especially like the first one, that big cow thing that I remember being stuck on for like an hour. Pretty simple story, you know. It's what you want a first game to be. Doesn't do anything compared to the rest of the series. It lacks a tiny bit, doesn't do anything too crazy. But it's a really good start to the series. Obviously, after this, they made a bunch of them, and they kept upping the craziness for the most part. But really good start. The first game, I think it's just brought down a little bit by maybe the basic combat. Like the combat isn't too crazy, but you know. First game, what can you do? God of War 2. Debating. It's almost S. But I think it's A. I think it's an improvement on the first game in pretty much every single way that you can imagine. Except maybe the story. I think the first one has actually a better story, probably. But I mean, the combat's better. They give you a new little weapon. I forget what the weapon was. I already forget. I played it like 2 weeks ago. A lot of fun magic abilities to use. A lot of fun levels. Cool bosses. It's just everything you want a sequel to be, pretty much. Like, I can't even really, I don't know what else to really say other than that, you know? It just does everything better than the first game, pretty much. Chains of Olympus. Underrated. People put this as like one of the worst ones. I mean, it's down there. It's a PSP game. It's not too much you could do. With that said, it's definitely, in my opinion, I think it's the better of the two. I'll just rank them both now. I think they both go right here. I think Chains of Olympus is way more fun than the other one. A lot of people say this one's better. I think Chains of Olympus just had way more fun. It had a fun weapon to use, and it had way more fun magic abilities to use. I did not like the magic abilities in this game. Maybe the story was a little better in this one, but gameplay-wise, I actually think Chains of Olympus was more fun. A little bit of a hot take. Not too crazy, but... Then we get to 3, which is undisputed GOAT of the series, and I don't think it's even close. Like, 3 is just insane. Music is amazing. The story is super hype. The gameplay, the combat, the weapons, all like as good as it gets for these types of games. The boss fights, everything. The executions and the gore, everything. It has it all. It has the boobies when you're in Aphrodite's little cave. Like, it's got everything you want out of a God of War game. What more could you want? 3 was super fun to play again. Definitely was the game out of the whole series that got my blood pumping. Made me feel like a big, strong man. Easy S. Easy S. I didn't really talk about this one as much. Or this one. I'll come back to these, actually, because I didn't talk about them too much. I guess it's because there's not too much to talk about with the PSP ones. Like, they're fine prequels. That's the thing. They're prequels. They're just giving you more backstory over things that you pretty much know already from playing the trilogy. Like, you don't really need more backstory on Kratos. We all know what he is. We know what happened. Like, it's been nailed in your head over and over through these games. So I don't really need another whole game focusing on more backstory for Kratos. We all know what happened. Gameplay wise, like, they play like God of War, you know. It's what you would want. For a PSP game, graphics were pretty crazy. Gameplay, like, it translated pretty well. I think they did a pretty good job bringing it to PSP. There was a couple things with the controls that maybe were a tiny bit janky, just because it was stuck on that hardware. But no, pretty solid two games in the series. But I don't think they stand up to the console games, except for Ascension. Fuck this game. This game sucks ass. I will never play it again. This game's horrible. I don't think there's a single part in the whole game where I was enjoying myself. Maybe like right at the beginning with that big boss. Other than that, it was a absolute chore. Pain to get through. I hated this game. I didn't expect to hate it as much as I did. I thought that people were being over dramatic. Maybe it got blown out of proportion. Like, I kept hearing, oh, well, people just got burnt out of the series by then, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm playing this game in 2025. You know, I'm not, like, burnt out of the series. I just don't think that's a fair criticism. I think there's way more things wrong with the game than just, oh, people were kind of burnt out. It didn't do anything too special. It's like, it did things worse in like every way, in my opinion, with the combat. I hated the combat. You were using the blades the whole game. No other weapon. No bonus weapon to use. It was just the blades. Again, after you've been playing with the blades for the past 5 games before this, then they just give you the blades again, no other weapon, and all you do is you have little elements for your blades that all feel pretty similar. The rage mechanic was terrible, because it's like nearly impossible to not get hit in this game, because every enemy seems to have super armor, so you can barely get combos, you can barely build your rage meter, you're just like getting little hits in, you're just like, you feel so weak. That was the problem with this game. You feel like a little baby. You feel like a little baby bitch that can't do anything cool or fun like in the previous games. Like, you're getting your ass kicked. and you're getting like a couple hits in here and there. You have to roll around. The grabbing mechanics sucked. The enemies were annoying. I just hated this game. I hated it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were thinking. It was just terrible to get through. And on top of all that, I was playing on the cloud service on PlayStation instead of streaming it right off the PS3. So that made it even worse, because I like couldn't even be as precise as I wanted to be. Maybe that made me hate it more. I don't know. Like, is it fair to criticize it because I was stuck playing it on a cloud service? Like, I don't. It's the only way to play it unless you have a PS3. I mean, I have it on my shelf, but I'm not buying a fucking capture card to stream Ascension. So I just streamed it on the PlayStation Cloud, and it was a fucking chore. I'll never play it again. Game sucks. Then we get to these two. Interesting games. On one hand, technically, graphically, and the combat all feels really, really good in these games. Combat feels really fun. The graphics are really good. Really pleasing to look at. But there's a lot of modern BS in this game. And by that I mean like a lot of wasting your time, a lot of walking around, talking, doing nothing, that kind of stuff that we see in a lot of these big budget games these days, where they have all the cool gameplay and graphics, but God, do they like to waste your time and make you walk around and do nothing for like I mean, this one doesn't do it as bad. I think that's why this one is up here. I would even put it above the second one. Gameplay's really good. Story, it's okay. The writing can be kind of cringe. Some of the characters can be a little annoying. But gameplay-wise, and when this game came out, I loved it. Like, played the shit out of it when it came out. Gameplay's super fun. The story, it's alright. It doesn't reach the heights of 3 at all, or 2 even. I think the story in 2 is probably better, and 1. Like, the stories in the originals, I just enjoy more. They're just more enjoyable. The writing's just more enjoyable for me. But I think it gets an A. I think it's still a pretty solid game. But then we get to Ragnarok. See, at first with Ragnarok, because I played it when it came out, and I was indifferent. I wasn't too sure about it. Then I played it again just now, and I think I feel kind of the same way. Like at first, I was a little into it. I noticed some improvements with the gameplay that they added. Story, a little bit of a mess, but whatever. As long as the game's fun. And that's the problem. The game got fucking boring at sections. Like, it had some really low lows of the series. Running around as Atreus. Oh my god. Like that section, that whole Atreus section with that girl was just a nightmare. It was so boring. It was like the complete opposite of what I want to do when I'm playing God of War. Just walking around, skipping stones on the water, picking fruit. Like, what are we doing? Why am I playing as this kid? And why do you make me play as this kid for nearly half the game? It's like a whole Last of Us 2 situation where you're like sitting there half the game you're playing as this dude that you don't want to play as. You just want to get back to the other part that you care about. Gameplay wise, as Kratos, you know, pretty. It's not like they didn't do anything too crazy, but they did make some improvements. It felt a little better. The enemy variety, huge step up. That's a big thing with this game. Is you're kind of there's not really any cool bosses. There's like one or maybe two fun bosses, and then the rest are just like copy paste enemies through the whole game and the same mini boss over and over. This one they actually made an effort to add a lot of variety and bosses, so I respect that. Writing, probably even worse than the first game. Actually, the writing's pretty annoying, and I don't know. Like, I know people love the story in this game. I just, I don't know. It's kind of a mess, and the characters and the writing just are kind of annoying sometimes. We'll get to that when we rank the characters, but there's a lot of side stuff, and they keep like trying to get you to do the side stuff. Like every time you finish a section of the game, you're like, "Hey, why don't we go do this, this, and this? We don't have to go to this right away." It's like kind of annoying to listen to when they keep getting on me about it. But I did not do a lot of side stuff, so maybe if I did a bunch of the side stuff, maybe I'd raise the ranking a little bit, because I'm just like doing the main story and that's about it. I do need to go back and play side stuff. Enough yapping. I think we're going to put it right here, right above the first one. I think it's got just too many problems, too many flaws that really bug me to put it any higher. But I think that's the ranking right there. It's solid. We're not done though. Fuck off. We're not done. We got more stuff to do. We're gonna rank the bosses. I'm not gonna take too long on this, but I want to rank the bosses because that's a big thing with this series. The bosses can make a game all the better, as we see in 3. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Okay, let's rank them. The first boss in the whole series, we'll give it an A, just because it started everything. Super iconic boss right there. There's some of these I don't recognize. It's weird because I just played this game. I barely recognize some of these. What is this? Let's just say don't remember. Let's make it tier below. I don't remember. I don't remember you. I don't remember you. I don't know who this is. And I don't know what you are. I can't tell what that is. I can't. What is this shit? See, I can't tell what this is either. Sadly, I don't think I can rank that. Okay, Ares from the first game. I mean, it's pretty iconic. See, I haven't played the first game in years compared to the others that I just recently played. I'm just going to give it an A. I don't remember it being super fun, but, you know, it's iconic right there. This one, what are you? Man, I just played these games. How do I not recognize these? Okay, his brother. It wasn't that great in my opinion. This guy, this one was decent. This one, I did not like this boss. D tier. This one sucked. All the Ascension ones sucked. This final boss, yeah, it sucked. This one, I think this is from Chains of Olympus or Ghost of Sparta, one of those two. It's not that great. Who's this guy? I don't remember. I don't remember that. I don't remember this. Why am I even ranking the bosses? I can't fucking remember half of them. This one, I don't remember you. God, I don't remember these. Okay, Medusa from the first game. It's like a bee. It gives you an item. Iconic little item there. The cow. Oh man, this was probably the hardest boss for me in the whole series. I remember being stuck on this shit forever. I didn't play this one for years, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. Does that mean it's a good boss? It's a pretty decent boss, actually. I'm putting it A. The first thing from Ascension, I'll give it a C because it's probably the best part of the whole game. It still sucks. This is... Oh, this is from Ascension, so you get a D. This boss from the second game, pretty good opener, but I don't think it's as good of an opener as the first one. The other one's a little more memorable. And you know what? I actually take that back. I think this one's pretty good. I'm putting it A. This one. What is this one? I don't remember. I remember this one though. This one was good. This one was pretty fun. I almost want to put it S. I think this one's a really fun boss fight. We're slapping an S. Fuck it. This one from 2. It's alright. It's nothing special. Put it like right here. This lady was actually pretty annoying to fight. It's okay. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. This one... I think this is where he goes invisible and stuff. I'm putting it right here. I like the ending. You like rip his legs off or something. What is this? I don't remember. I don't remember fighting that. This one was pretty good. Put it right here. I think that one's pretty solid. Sisters of Fate, I think. Yeah, this boss fight is an S, I think. Same with Zeus. I think these two are S's. Poseidon. I'm putting Poseidon S too. This boss fight, this opener boss fight was so fun. It's honestly like one of my favorites. It was just so hype. Such a good way to open the game. Hades, S tier. See, God of War 3, just their bosses are so good. This one wasn't really a boss fight. I feel like you just kind of ripped his head off. And that was it. But it was satisfying. I'm putting a B. This one, S as well. Just because you get to rip his little legs off after he's being a shithead. Hercules might be the best boss. No, it's not. This one's actually. This might be the best boss in God of War 3. This one, didn't last that long. The Scorpion, probably the worst one. I really don't like this one, but it's still decent. Zeus. Is this? This is S tier. It's probably right here. I think Kronos is actually the best boss in God of War. It's just such a cool fight. It's just like this tiny little ant crawling around on him. It's such a fun fight. Super cool, super impressive for the PS3. This first boss in God of War 2018. I think it's solid. Solid way to open the game. It's Boulder fight. This one's pretty good. I don't know if it's quite S tier, but I'll probably put it like right here. Still a pretty satisfying fight. Teaches you the mechanics pretty well. This one's annoying. Just getting blinded the whole time. I did not like that fight. This dragon. Yeah, see, the bosses in this one weren't that great. Like, the dragon was just, you're kind of just like chucking little things at him. I don't know. I feel like it could have been so much more. This one, it was okay. Probably one of the better boss fights in that game, but still. Okay, and then these are just like, see, these are just copy pasted shit. Like, C. Copy paste, lazy. The Frost Giant, or whatever they're called. I'm not a huge fan of these either. The ending fight. I'll probably just put it next to the other one. It's kind of similar. Valkyries, I didn't play it. The boss fight with the bear is, I think it was pretty decent. Put it like here. No, I'll put it here. The Thor fight is probably like right here. It's fine. This one, it's fine. This one's pretty good. Wait, no. I think I have a different one. We can put it like right here. What is this? I can't even tell what that is. It's a Valkyrie? Yeah, whatever. This one, the boss fight was actually pretty fun. This whole section sucked, but the boss fight was decent. I'll put it like right here. This Valkyrie fight, not that great. This one was good. This is probably the best boss in Ragnarok. I'm gonna put like right here. This one, meh, not that great. This one was pretty good. I'm gonna put this A tier. This one was decent. Yeah, I'll put this one up here too. This boss fight was cool. Actually, this is an S tier. We're in S tier. Probably like right here. This is probably the best boss actually in Ragnarok, just because of the setting. Like the whole space setting was just really cool looking. This Thor fight is fine. It's like the same shit as the other one, I guess. The Odin fight, meh. Didn't feel that crazy. Wasn't that amazing. I'll put it like right there. And then I don't think I played these. Alright, that's the boss right there. That's the boss tier list. I think Kronos is the best in the series, and then followed up with that is just all these fucking God of War 3 bosses basically. Hercules is super fun. Zeus is really hype. Yeah, these are the best three for sure. And then Poseidon's and Hades are like close runner-ups. Let's rank the weapons. I'll just leave it. What are the weapons? Okay. Obviously, the blades are super iconic. Gotta put an A in the top. I think I'm gonna assume this is the Ascension blades, and I'm gonna put it at the very bottom. I'm actually gonna make its own tier because these were terrible. These were a pain to use the whole game. These sucked. Into the Shadow Realm. The Ascension blades were horrible. I hated it. That's why the game sucked so bad. Let's see. This from God of War 3. Yeah, these are S tier. I loved those. Those were fun. Nemesis Whip. Probably an A. The Spear. Spear is pretty fun to use. I don't think it's quite S though. Put it right there. The Blade of something from the first game. I barely remember, so I'm just gonna put it right there. Blade of Olympus, S tier. The axe, also an S tier. Super fun. Super fun weapon. So satisfying to throw it around and call it back. Claws of Hades. I don't think it's quite S tier, but they are up there. The Spear of Destiny. Didn't really use this one that much. I'll put it here. The hammer's probably right here. No, like right here. The hammer was really good. No, right here. The shield and spear, I did not like using it at all. And the Zeus thing was actually really good. I'm gonna put it like right above the hammer. That was easy. One last thing, gotta rank the characters. Easy S, obviously, for obvious reasons. That's an S tier. Do they have the normal, the original Kratos? Is this original Kratos? Let's just say this is oh, where's this? Let's just pretend this is the original Kratos. No, that's not Kratos. This one. Okay, original Kratos is S. Chad. He's just a angry guy doing his dirty, crazy stuff. He's funny. He doesn't fuck around. Everyone keeps messing with them and they go bye-bye. Baldur, annoying, D tier. I hated him. Let's see, let's just go down the list. Ares, like an A tier, solid villain. Athena, A tier as well, I think. Kind of keeps the plot going. Who is this? I have no clue who you are. You can have a C. I think it's just a Titan. Atreus, the kid version. Do they have the teenager version? I don't know if they do. Okay, kid version isn't as annoying. Teenager version's really annoying. Kid version's like a C. He's pretty annoying still. Yeah, he is pretty annoying. Kratos from 2018 is not as cool in my opinion, but he's still up there. This guy, he doesn't fuck around. He's done this. I think this is the boss fight from the second game. It's kind of cool. He like came back from hell or something to fight you. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you are. So you can have like a C. Brock, B for Brock. I don't know, some old lady. I don't know who you are. Big guy. Gets a B for big guy. Kronos, S tier. Because he's the best boss. This guy, I don't know, like a C. Just hang in there. He just hangs in this box the whole time. Not really much we know about him. Let me add a row. It says IDK. Some of these I just don't know what to rank. Like you. I don't know what to rank you. His brother. B for brother. Who are you? I don't know who this is. I forget. I keep seeing this person and I don't remember. I think this is his wife. This is Kratos' wife. I guess she can get a C. I don't really know much about her. I hated her. She was super annoying. I'll put her in D. I don't think maybe she's not quite F. No, she's F. I hated her. She was so annoying, man. She's just nagging. And half Ragnarok. I just listen to it. This one is like a... I'm gonna put her S. Super iconic narration voice. Hades, give it an S for Mr. Krabs' voice. If you don't know, that is Mr. Krabs. This guy can have like a B. This dude can have an A. Hercules can have an A. This guy can have an S, he's funny. This thing, I don't know. This guy can have like a B. Speed it up a little bit. This thing, I don't know your personality. You're just a big monster. There's like a D tier. Those guys sucked. Put them both in D tier. They're annoying. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. You're just a random enemy. Mimir. Where do I put you? He's not too annoying. But he does yap a lot. I'm gonna put him right next to this guy. Right next to other Kratos. I think he's fine enough. But he does... I guess he can be a little annoying sometimes. But he's kind of a homie. I don't know what I'm looking at. Pandora. Like a... just kind of came out of nowhere. And spewed a bunch of dumb quotes. Put it like next to the other kid. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna put you S. I don't know who this is. Viking guy, I don't know. F tier, because your boss fight sucked. I don't know who you are. Scorpion. You can have a D. I don't know, this guy's S. It's like a reoccurring joke. I don't know what I'm looking at. You can have a D. You can have a C. You don't do anything. You're just there. You can have a B. Right below Brock. These guys sucked. I hated them. Is this Kratos? Is this supposed to be Kratos? I don't know. I don't know. Snake can have an S. Zeus also an S. Put him all the way up here. Aphrodite, I think, gets the best. I think this is probably my favorite character in the series. Leave her there. And with that, God of War is done. We've done it. Won't be streaming until after my trip. Then we're going to be coming back with Sly Cooper. Till then, it's been fun. Goodbye.